Welcome back. Today I want to talk about the spiritual eye. Now, if you were to see the spiritual eye in meditation spontaneously, without pressing on your eyes, if it just appeared to you, that's a very deep state and a sign that the heart knot has begun to open. So today we're going to do some tips and tricks on how to actually see it by pressing your eyes, in the hopes that later on you may reach that deeper state where it just appears to you spontaneously. So the first thing that we need to do for any deep meditation is we need to make sure that we are in heart rate variability. So if you listen to the video that I put up about beginning meditation technique, the first proof that we want in meditation is that the hands become hot and heavy. Now, for the hands to become hot and heavy, we need to reduce the breath rate. We need to take out the pauses of the breath so the breath is easy and smooth. And we need to make sure that the out breath is slightly longer than the in breath. Those three things, and staying very still, will assure us that we can get ourselves into heart rate variability. And when that happens, the first proof is that the hands will become hot and heavy. So that's a very good sign that we're on the right track. That's always going to be number one, because we are saving heartbeats. This is huge. So it's really a big deal. So don't skip that step. That's always going to be number one. I don't care what you're trying to accomplish when it comes to meditation. That should always be number one. Now, the second thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to learn how to press the ears. So you can press on the tragus of the ear, and you can put the pinky. I put it on the lower eyelid because I'm going to be pressing up, because the eyes look up in shambhavi mudra, right? So we're going to take the two eyes and look up to the spiritual eye easily and gently. And I'm going to close my eyes to relax completely, right? And I'm going to press very, very gently with my pinkies. And that's going to squeeze a little bit of light, a little bit of energy from the two eyes, and send it back to that optic chiasm. And when that happens, it's going to light up for you, and you're going to see it here. You're going to see it as if it's in front of you, but you're actually seeing a reflection of what's behind you in the medulla oblongata. So we can go over that another time, but that's how you squeeze it out, right? Maybe you've done that before. It didn't work out for you. That's okay. That's very normal. So start with number one. Make sure that you're in heart rate variability and that your hands become hot and heavy. And number two, let's make sure that you're dilating your eyes. So how do you do that? Well, the physical thing that you're doing is you're looking up to the spiritual eye. So you just look up and you're done. You don't need to do more of that. You just need to make sure that you keep doing it. The mental aspect, which will help you to dilate your eyes, is to imagine a vast expanse. So with my eyes open, if I look at that corner and I look at that corner of the room, and I keep both of those points in my perception at the same time, then my eyes will automatically begin to dilate. So let's look at that. So let's look at that. If I look at that point and I look at that point and I hold both points, then my eyes will automatically begin to dilate. Not sure if you can see it, but they are. I can feel it. So we're moving from a foveal vision, which is pointed like this, to an expansive vision. And this is very, very important, because a lot of people have this idea, I have to concentrate when I meditate. And that's the wrong attitude, because it will give you foveal vision in your meditation. But as you are in meditation and you're relaxing and things are flowing and you reduce the breath rate and you go into heart rate variability, as you begin to do everything correctly, you will automatically go into a more expansive state. Remember, we're flipping from the left brain, which is linguistic and sequential, to the right brain, which is pictorial and expansive. We can download massive amounts of information like that because it's all pictorial, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. So five pictures come to you, you've got 5,000 words to give it some context here. So 1, heart rate variability. 2, press the eyes. And 3, get into an expansive state where your eyes are dilated. Here's another trick. I struggled for a long time to see the light. And when I finally got it, when I finally started to understand it, I realized it was just a more subtle form of light. The story that I tell about this is I was seeing the light and hearing the Om whenever I pressed my eyes and my ears. So every break I was going back to my room, I was going into the Om meditation over and over and over again. And I did this one time and I beheld this huge ring of fiery gold, which is so soft, it doesn't burn your eyes at all. It looks like it should burn your eyes, but it's because it's brilliant, but it never does because it's soft. So I beheld this and it was just amazing. And then time was up, I had to go, and I walked down the hallway, and as I did, the light stayed with me for the first time. I'd never experienced this before. I was out of meditation and usually the light would just disappear, but this time it stayed with me. And I walked down the hallway, and the hallway was dim and it stayed right there, this huge beautiful ring of gold in front of me. And I came down the hallway to the end, and there was a stair, and then at the end of the stair there was a glass window door. And as the California light streamed in through that door, my golden halo disappeared because my eyes constricted, you see? And that's when it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's just a more subtle form of light. And then I went back and I realized I experimented that when I was a kid, and I was hung up, I wanted to see auras. And I would spend my days in the back of the classroom dilating my eyes in order to see auras. And it worked. I have stories about it. They say it doesn't follow the laws of physics. Maybe you're just seeing it in your brain. I don't know, but it sure worked for me. But the way that I learned to do it was I would put my hand on a wall and stare at my hand until my eyes dilated. I would look through my hand, and that would allow my eyes to dilate. And then I would see a second image around my hand. I would see gray, and then over time it became, I would start to see blues and greens, and I would see spikes off of kids' heads and the teacher's head. It was really fun. Kept me interested in class. But anyway, that's another technique for learning to dilate your eyes. This expansive state, this pictorial state, this dilating your eyes, and the attitude that comes with it is extremely important in meditation. So now we've got 1, heart rate variability. 2, press the eyes and ears. And 3, you gotta dilate your eyes and adopt that expansive attitude. So I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, hit that bell down there so you get notified the next time we have a talk about heart rate variability, the breath states, Lahiri's 3 knots, or other meditative tips, tricks, and trainings.